Going live, going live. I'm live. Hello. I'm listening to JLR, who allows everybody to, you know, stream his stream. And 857 Tucson is on right now while I guess he's taking a break. So he's calling out. He's calling out the chat, which JLR never does because he's usually just running around. But I think it's 857. It sounds like him. Let me turn it down. I'm here. I'm taking a little tea break and a coconut cluster break from Aldi's, which is, I'm going to try not to eat the whole bag in one day. But, I have addiction issues. Anyway, so I took the weekend off. Nothing really going on. There was that whole thing Friday night. Was it Friday night? um, was it Friday night with the raid and the whole, debacle of, BS out on the YouTube streets with some creators who are just cashing in on this, which is, they're all kind of cashing in their own little way, but some of them are just blatant taking people's money and subscribers are just falling for the okey doke, like big time. And it just, uh, I just got all caught up in it and leaving comments, and then I deleted them all because I don't need to get into the drama of it all. So forgive me if I have any food in my teeth. I did one of my lives. I don't think anybody saw it though. I hope not. I just ate some coconut clusters. Just got back from. Oh, what's going on? Hang on.
Watch this. Watch this.
Oh,
All
okay.
right, watch this. Where's your location?
All right, he's doing it. Okay, I'm going to turn it down. Anyway, so I just came back from Aldi's with my dog. We went to get her script at one store and then stopped by Aldi's and got my seed bread. And even Aldi's. I go to I make the rounds of the local grocery stores, wherever the deals are, wherever the points are for gas, especially. But Aldi's, like they're a little kind of, I don't know. I know the one brother owns Trader Joe's, and does he own Little? No, it was started in Germany. So anyway, the whole thing. Um, Sometimes you got to watch and pay attention, one, to the prices, and two, to where it's sourced from, and their bananas are horrible, at least in my area. Uh, so I did pick up the raw honey um, that I get from there, but I like my apiary honey in the rough from Moreland. Stuff is delicious, like when I was a kid, honey. But I do pick this up. Was doing this for a while and then I stopped, but I picked this up to add to it. I will give Cassie, my dog, a little bit of honey. They say it's good. So I will give her, I will add turmeric to her food. I will add a little tiny bit of honey. She gets like everything that dogs can eat, except for tonight when we went and I took her out to go potty. Somebody dropped their onion rings on the ground and she got a little piece of one. And that is not typical for her. My Zusi, who God rest his soul, passed away, he was notorious for he was like a vacuum cleaner. And Cassie was not. So that's how I know that Zusi's here with us because she does Zusi things. She does things that only Zeus would do. So I know he's in there. But anyway, she eats I give her the freeze dried apples, freeze dried strawberries, blueberries, carrots, green beans, fresh everything. Like I'll mix it with her kibble, which is, you know, uber processed. I do the blue buffalo, but just to make sure she's getting some other nutrients in the glucosamine for, when they get older. She is 12 and a half. But eggs, potatoes, sweet potatoes, everything that she can eat, that I eat, and that she can eat, she gets. So whatever I'm eating, she's eating. Um, that's good for her. That's not dangerous for her. So she hears me right now doing my little bag rattle. No, you already had your apples. I don't think you can eat the coconut clusters. It's got that weird kind of sugar in it. Like it's everything's organic in it. It's got coconuts, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, tapioca syrup. I don't, it's just a little bit agave inulin. I don't know what that is. Hulled hemp seed, sea salt, and xanthan gum. I don't know. Probably not good for you, but good for you at the same time. Anyway, I've been good. I'm good. I eat good. I had my black beans and diced tomatoes on my tostadas, spices, and all the good stuff. Anyway, so I did write notes because my ADHD. I'm like my ADHD is on fire. I can only stay on here for a short period of time because I'm in the middle of organizing my house and it's a hot mess out there. It's a hot mess in the kitchen. Um, it's a hot mess. So I want to get back to that. Let me pull up. Oops, wrong one. Yeah. So how much should I spend at Aldi's? I got how many items? So I got a little bit of Swiss cheese, 2 loaves of my thin good seed bread. It's like Dave's killer bread. Um, honey, fruit, pistachios, coconut clusters, cara oranges. Oh, those things are so good. Cara oranges, cara. Half and half. So 34. If I would have got it at another grocery store, it probably would have been maybe 10 more bucks. So I was going to talk about if any of you are listening or on the replay, have an Alexa device, noticed that ever since I did this whole new update thingy, um, that she is really sassy and she will get snarky with you and she will be like low key rude. I heard another creator talk about that, attorney Melanie Little, and I have gotten senses of some of these. I had a GPS like I wouldn't turn. It was saying right turn here, and I just didn't listen. I knew a different way, and I actually noticed a tone, and then it didn't give me further verbal instructions. I was like, "What the?" And that was a while ago, but Alexa. So the other day, and she's been wrong like a lot. So the other day, I asked her what time it was in Switzerland, I think, and she was totally wrong. And I'm like, "You are totally wrong." And then she was like, "Oh, my bad." And then the next time I asked her for like London time, she's, "I'll make sure I don't make that same mistake." And then she did. And then I'll call her out on it, and she's like, "Oh, sometimes, I mean, that she's answering in live time, which is so bizarre. But she's gotten definitions of words wrong. So you always had some kind of like level of trust of what the information they were telling you was correct. And of course, you always verify, but lately she's not getting a lot of stuff right. Like, let's see. I don't know if you can hear. You probably can hear my TV. Hang on. Let's. All right, Jess, come on. Alexa, what time is it in London?
It's 12:25 a.m. Tuesday in London.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So she got it right. So I just asked her what time. So Alexa, so why did you get the time wrong yesterday?
I'm sorry for the confusion about the time yesterday. Could you tell me what time you thought it was and what time I said? That way I can understand what went wrong.
Well, when I asked you what time it was in Switzerland, you were way off, And then I asked you what time it was in London. You were way off. I mean, today you were right, spot on. But what was going on yesterday? I don't know if you can hear her. Alexa, did you hear what I said?
Present. Just call my name and I'll come running.
Okay.
Not
She's
really, of course. What did you want to tell me about the time yesterday?
never mind. But she gets sassy and like
Sometimes the best conversations are the ones we don't have.
I've had arguments with her. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's funny, and I'll argue like an idiot. I'm here arguing with a AI voice, whatever. So yeah, I was talking about. So oh yeah, so Guthrie family, according to the sheriff, has been completely cleared. Spouses, sisters, brothers, completely cleared, according to him. And then I don't know if the FBI came behind him and said no, or it was just a commentator. Because now that there's like a lull and nothing's happening, all like it's all the commentators and experts have been coming out of the woodwork, but more so now to fill the time, to fill the space. And they're just coming up with all kinds of, cuckoo for Cocoa Puff theories and whatnot. And it's just nuts out in these streets here. But um, I don't know. It might have just been a commentator saying, "Oh no, the FBI wouldn't do that." I don't know why the sheriff did that. Sounds like he was coming from an emotional place. It could be because the sheriff's a little wackadoo. And then you have these people that are running for office, maybe for the sheriff, and they're on the opposite side of the political spectrum, bad mouthing him, bad mouthing this sheriff. I don't know. It's like, are we in high school or are we trying to find an 84-year-old woman who was kidnapped from her home? And because you guys screwed up in the beginning, you cannot find her or any kind of trace of her because you're searching for her and you're throwing your gloves on the ground, like gloves that are nitrile black gloves that the person who came up to the camera was wearing, and you're disposing them. Not only the littering of it, but what kind of agency are you that you're doing this, that you're contaminating the scene and you're littering like anybody else? Like littering is a finable offense. Like in some places it's a high fine. And just unbelievable stuff is happening. And then the only time the sheriff speak is to be defensive about his behavior and whatever, you know. But anyway, as soon as he made that statement, of course, I'm going to comment on Ashley Banfield's channel because of what she did to that son-in-law. She shouldn't have, right or wrong. And if her impeccable source was correct, don't you could have endangered Nancy, and you could have jeopardized the investigation. Why are you doing that for your 2.3 million views that you still have not taken down that video or changed the title of it? Because you still have as the thumbnail, prime suspect. So you're ruining this person's life. I hope they sue her. Oh, that's right. I forgot to put in my title and my description. I'm going to be using cursey words, as EDB would say. I'm using the cursey words today. Prime. I hope that this family sues her ass off.
What's the latest? Form.
JLR saying something. What is he saying?
What do we got? All right, what's the latest?
What's the latest? What's the latest, JLR? Come on. Anyway, so I hope they sue her ass off. She's just her and Megan Kelly. They are mean girls. Both of them worked with Savannah, and they both acted like mean girls. Just despicable and disgusting. Oh, listen.
Several gun stores in Tucson with a list of 40 people and their photos, looking to see if any of them were in the store or purchased a weapon. Gun stores, folks. They're going to gun stores.
Boy, I
They
look
go to
tired.
Walmarts. We heard earlier, now
am
they're going to
tired.
gun stores. What do you think?
I don't know.
Gun stores.
So are they thinking it's a gang of people? Could be.
Photos.
There was a video of, somebody showed a clip of a few months back, or maybe a few months back, a family was away, but they had their daughter home and their dog, and the daughter was house sitting or whatever. And they had cameras all around the perimeter of their home in the same area, in the foothills, but a couple miles away, I guess. A young girl walked up as a FedEx person or Amazon person, and I mean, she looked like a teenager. And she went up, knocked on the door, said they had a package or whatever. And I don't think the people answered. They didn't answer quickly. And then all of a sudden, a group came around and got in through the sliding glass door, pounded, maced the dog. Dog's okay. And they robbed all kinds of stuff. They robbed the house. And thank God the daughter was okay. That was at the foothills in the same area that Nancy's at. That is terrifying. Terrifying. So you know how they do those what are they called when like a group of people like rob jewelry stores? A gang of people come in and there's a name for it. We'll just go in as one big group and just smash and grab. They're doing that in homes now. I mean, I don't think I've ever heard of that. Smash and grab home robberies. Because it was like, smash and grab home robbery. Smash and grab is a term used for a type of burglary or robbery involving smashing a barrier like a window, to quickly steal valuables and escape. Typically associated with commercial stores or vehicles rather than home specific. Residential break-ins are usually referred to as home burglaries or home invasions, but they're using that same kind of technique. It's terrifying. Like, I live in a secure building, but nothing's ever 100% secure. I will never, for a long time, I would leave my door unlocked and stuff, and, not anymore. Not anymore. Because you just don't know. They don't even care. That they had a pit bull there. Cassie's just a little ankle biter. I mean, she will go after people, though. But it's scary. So, the other thing I wanted to talk about, there was a shooting in Rhode Island. This is sad. A shooting in Rhode Island. What happens if I escape out of this? Will I get cut off? I don't know. Let me look at my... 2 killed and 3 injured. Shooting at ice ring in Pawtucket ends with 3 people dead, 3 injured. This is so sad. And this happened this afternoon at a hockey game at Dennis M. Lynch Arena, Pawtucket, Rhode Island. 3 people, including the suspected shooter, were dead, and 3 people were injured in a shooting Monday at Dennis M. Lynch Arena ice rink in Pawtucket during a high school hockey game between 2 co-op teams. So the names and the ages of the victims were not immediately available. 3 people in the hospital were in critical condition. So the only thing they're talking about. Oh, so it's Police Chief Tina Consalves. Oh, same spelling as the Kaylee Consalves. Where they have the C, but it's pronounced as an S. So it's Concalves. It looks like Concalves, but it's Consalves. Uh, Same name, Tina. Said it appears a family dispute led to the violence. She said police were still gathering information from witnesses. So it was a target of an event. So none of the kids playing were hurt, and they can't release the names of the victims because we want to speak to the family. So I know they did release that a young girl did die. Um, the suspect was the NBC Dan Zhangning reported, citing a law enforcement source, that the suspect was a father who may have been dressed in women's clothing and that he intentionally targeted family members who were at the hockey game. Oh my God. That just happened. Where did that happen? In Sarasota. That he went around and killed all his family members. This is insane. So the family members were at the hockey game. Consalves says the police were not involved in the suspect's death. It appears from a self-inflicted gun wound, but we are going to investigate that fully. The police were not involved in that. Police said the game was being live streamed so people could watch it from home. Oh, geez. Multiple WJAR viewers recorded and shared the video, which is now part of the police investigation. Multiple gunshots are audible, and players are seen jumping out of the stands and skating across the ice to find safety. None of the players were hurt. None of the players was hurt. I was on the ice, and I thought it was balloons at first. So, yeah, Coventry. It was the game. Coventry. It was like bop, bop. Yeah, gunshots are sometimes they're hard to distinguish. And I thought it was balloons, but it just kept going. The teammates ran right to the locker room and they just bunkered up and pressed against the door and tried to stay safe. But it was so scary. And this is another victim died. The teams that were playing were Coventry, Johnston Co-op, and St. Raphael, Providence, Country Day, North Providence, North Smithfield Co-op. If schools don't have enough players for a team, they join with others to make a co-op team. Okay, I see. St. Raphael Academy said that there was a horrific incident with an active shooter. We have been told none of our SRA family was injured. Coventry superintendent said all the school district students were accounted for and safe. All the students from the Coventry boys hockey team who were present at the incident at Lynch Arena in Pawtucket have been accounted for and are safe. So this is where the Brown University shooting was too. U.S. Senator Jack Reed of Rhode Island called the shooting a horrific tragedy. I mean, this is what they're going to say, the same speak over and over again. And that people should be safe at a youth sporting, of course. But this is what I was going to talk about. So yeah, our state is grieving again because they had the Brown shooting just recently. It's just so sad. Our thoughts are with those affected. This is what I wanted to talk about is that this is all by design. Because somebody said it's too scary to go anywhere anymore. This is like by design. And if people don't think that some of these, looks like domestic abuse, domestic violence, but all these other shootings that are soft target shootings by random people killing random people, this is by design. And these people have been radicalized. There's the dark web. Everybody knows there's Silk Road and the dark web and all that other stuff. And these people who are going out to do these mass shootings at, grocery stores, churches, malls, skating rings, out in the public where people are going to gather in groups, are by design to keep people in their homes. Um, and also when COVID came along, and everybody was shut-ins, it didn't. When COVID came, the opposite happened with me. I was working in an essential position, so I had to go to work. My schedule did not change. Also, I started school again, right in smack in like right after lockdown, and the gen ed classes. Well, they were art history classes that I took. Um, Thankfully, the classes I took, that you needed to be in person, but the classes that I needed to get my degree, they were like, art history classes and all that stuff where you could take it at home. So the first semester, I got all those classes out of the way, and then they opened the campus back up. But my life didn't change. In fact, it got busier, which was crazy. But and I always wore my mask and a double mask and gloves, my nitrile black gloves and the shield that we had. Um, and it's so funny. I am not really a vaccine person or a meds person. And my nephews, my poor nephew, he they were scheduled to get married that April, and their honeymoon was in Tuscany, Italy. So Italy completely shut down. There, it was is hundreds of people that were going to be at the wedding. It was in the um, Catskills mountains at a resort for the whole weekend. So everything got shut down. So we didn't have we got postponed. So finally, when it came back, when things slowly started opening, so the only reason I went and got my COVID vaccine, fully vaccinated, because some older relatives were going to be there, like some immunocompromised people were going to be there. So I thought, well, I'll just get it. Otherwise, I wasn't going to get it, and but I did get it, and um, one of my little cousins showed up, and she didn't get her vaccine, and she had COVID, but thankfully, I think everybody else was vaccinated, so nobody got sick except for her. But so a few months after that, I actually got COVID. I never took my mask off in public. I was vaccinated, but I had such a mild case. You know, um, it did take me down a little bit, but I did lose my taste and smell and all that. But and the girl that I worked with, her name was Tina too. Um, she got it, and she did not get vaccinated, and she had some health issues. She ended up in the hospital. She quit because she ended up in the hospital long term. I mean, she's okay now, hopefully, but and she was like 20 years younger than me. So I don't know if the vaccine kept it to a mild version. I don't know. I'll never know. But see, I just went off on a tangent. So I was talking about by design, all these events, all these, mass shooting, all this stuff that's happening is to keep people afraid and in indoors. And you can't even be indoors because now they're doing um, these smash and grab type robberies in people's houses. So it's just can be just really terrifying out there. So there, I didn't want to go on for too long. How long am I in? 28 minutes because I ramble. Because I get on these lives and I'm in the chat and just, and I'm not getting any satisfaction. Sometimes I'll communicate with other chatters in there, but then I feel like a troll if you're just chatting in there. So I'm just going to do my own live so I can just ramble. Ramble. Yeah. So I wanted to talk about Alexa's sassiness. If you see this live or on the replay, let me know if you are having some snarkiness with your Alexa, not Alexa. Alexa. That's my little bit of Brooklyn coming out. But um, yeah, so I wanted to talk about that. I did.
You've got me hanging on the edge of my digital seat here.
Oh my God. See, I can't even say her name out loud in a conversation because she just said I have her on her digital edge of her seat right now because I mentioned her name. So I have to be careful what I say because she will get snarky with me and rude and, biatchy. I think I called her that one day. But anywho, so yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about that shooting, which is sad. Um, and the family being cleared according to the sheriff. But who knows what's going on, which is actually a good thing in a way because we don't need to know every single thing that law enforcement is doing or what they have because you're alerting the criminals. You're alerting the people who are the culprits who did this or are doing this. If she is being held captive, TMZ Harvey got another note from the person who said he wasn't going to send any more notes, but he keeps sending more notes. That 5 days ago he did see, the people taking Nancy across the border and they told him to shut up. And so was he still asking for money? But Harvey said, listen, we don't know who you are. We're not sending you anything. And he said he would be a conduit between the FBI and him if he would just tell Harvey where she's at, and then Harvey will relay it to the FBI. So then the FBI will not go after him because he's had a burglary charge 10 years ago. But I mean, it sounds like he was convicted, so he probably did his time. Like whatever, it's just know it's a scam, and it's probably maybe he did see something, but it might not even be her. So when the way he worded it sounded like it might not even be her. So whatever, just people out there. And Harvey did say what you're doing right now is you're committing a crime by trying to extort money for her whereabouts instead of telling people where she's at. So, I mean, it's possible. It's possible that she was taken. It's possible that, they are communicating and they're trying to get some money for her. And if she's in Mexico, she would have access to medications. They could probably take care of her. And it wouldn't be, it wouldn't be traceable or wouldn't be, I don't know, it might be easier to get to help her. But we just don't know. We just don't know. In my gut, I mean, it would be a miracle of miracles if that was the scenario. But my gut is that, my gut is saying she's not around anymore. But then it's like, why would they take her out of the house? And if they were there to rob her house and she was home, they didn't rob anything. According to what we know, they didn't take anything. They just took her. So it's just so insane. It's just such an insane story. What? Okay, what is he saying? What?
Laura's musing said 1865 Luke Daly.
Oh, we're talking about Andy? Yeah.
Luke Daly.
It's JLR. And he said everybody can restream his stream, but I'm not there yet to do. I'm sure I could do it. Let me look around here real quick. That's an edit. What am I editing? Oh, I can edit here. How about let me add this. All the things plus cursey words to steal from Emily D. Baker and her cursey words. So let's see. We have settings. Set up an overlay for your brakes. Oh, so this overlay will need to be integrated to your third party encoder to work. Okay, so you have to get a third party. Use default overlay. JLR talks to everybody. What's this? Pop out dash. What's this? Manage. Manage. No. What's this? You don't have access to this feature. I don't know why. Channel level settings. What is that? Oh, okay. That's just overlay for brakes. Okay. I'm probably going to have to just tap into the StreamYard. I guess StreamYard was having problems last night. And I don't think it's free anymore. I think it was free. I don't know. And I already talked about it. There's another streaming platform. I don't know. I just don't have time for it right now. I got a lot going on. So once I get through stuff I'm going through, then I'll look more into it. But I did want to take a break for the weekend. I did get down with the rabbit hole news, the radical self-respect, the Wizard of Radical Self-Respect. He plays Megyn Kelly and Ashley Banfield too much. Like, he was good last night, but when he plays it, I'm out. Out, 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 out. I was on with Gigi from Pre-Lies and Alibi. She had Ray Hermosillo. I think that's his name. He... Yeah, Hermosillo. He was part of the Lori Daybell case. That was a good little show. Of course, Don Lemon I watched. I didn't watch Don Lemon this morning. I usually watch him twice a day, but I didn't watch him this morning. I like my Defense Diaries podcast. I don't watch it. Like, there's so much. It's like overloaded that I can't even keep up. But I certainly commented on Ashley Banfield's. I'm not subscribed to her anymore after she did that. It was just so, ugh. Okay, here's Brian Enton.
There are several gun stores in Tucson where the FBI has shown up and has brought a list of 40 names and 40 photos. So 40 names and 40 photos, and is asking the gun stores to tell them whether or not these people have been inside the store or whether or not they have purchased a gun. So this is brand new information. I don't know if that means that there's 40 suspects or persons of interest, or if they mixed a couple of names in there. That I don't know, but I can confirm that several gun stores say that the FBI showed up with a list of 40 names and 40 photos and asked them to confirm whether those people have been inside the store or whether they have purchased a gun. And this is in the Tucson area. So that's pretty significant. Again, as the investigation continues, we're waiting on the DNA evidence. Libby Dean, one of my coworkers, is reporting that the DNA has not been put into CODIS yet. The DNA from the glove that was found, that should be happening soon. That's the federal database where they can kind of cross-reference it against other suspects. So just wanted to give you guys the latest. Okay, guys, so some new information that I
mean, he's all right. Sometimes he was in an interview with one of the guys in, like, the sheriff. He's like the head of the union or whatever, and he was just going off on this sheriff. Don't platform during a case. He was platforming his, like, disdain for the sheriff and all this whole political BS stuff and rallying. And don't use this woman's, tragedy to do that. That's so disgusting. And Brian was, like, instigating, egging it on, so Brian, he's, I like his reporting, but he can get a little, yeah, Down the Rabbit Hole. She's coming on at 8:45, so I will be watching her. Annie Leese, I was on, like, every now and then I'll pop into JLR's stream, and I swear she was on site there. I swear it was her. She just put up a post saying that they confirmed the entire Guthrie family has been cleared, include spouses, blah, blah, blah. So the exact statement is a statement from Sheriff Chris Nanos, so it was him, on the Nancy Guthrie investigation. So other people are saying it's just too personal, whatever. To be clear, the Guthrie family, to include all siblings and spouses, has been cleared as possible suspects in this case. The family has been nothing but cooperative and gracious and are victims in this case. To suggest otherwise is not only wrong, it is cruel. The Guthrie family are victims, plain and simple. Please, I'm begging you, the media, to honor your profession and report with some sense of compassion and professionalism. That's a direct dig to Ashley Banfield. Direct. And she's leaving her video up. It's up. And she hasn't really addressed it. She just gets on with everybody. She's just a piece of work. And she continually say, well, she hasn't been doing that as much. She's just a clout chaser. And, she is in Epstein files trying to find out if Epstein was single, like if he's single and ready to mingle after his conviction. After his conviction. So she's just a clout chaser. But she, that was a direct statement to her because nobody else, she's the one who dropped that information nugget and nobody really picked it up and ran with it. Like you heard little snippets here and there, but nobody took it up like she did. And she just quadrupled down on it. So she's just a piece of work. And she calls herself a dear friend of Savannah's, a dear friend. They work together at Court TV and other areas. So did Megyn Kelly work with her at NBC. But I doubt it very much that they're dear friends. Because with friends like that, just saying. But yeah, she's a piece of shit. Cursey words. This is for adult content only. And also, I always think of George Carlin, 7 words you can't say on TV. Because YouTube is like over the top with their censorship. Tiki-Taki, I'm not on Tiki-Taki. I've never been on Tiki-Taki. I already have a problem with doom scrolling, and I didn't need another platform to do that. And plus, I didn't trust it. Even though I said that we already gave over all our privacy, we don't even know what we're signing. We agree to pages and pages and pages and pages of God knows what. We don't even look at it. Sometimes I'll save it. One person, I remember this years ago, who actually read through all that, and deep in there was, if you got this far, we will give you $500. So, I mean, if that's not an encouragement to kind of dig through those privacy agreement thingies, I mean, but still, it's not, because it's too much. It's a lot. I bet if I took it to an attorney, they'd be like, "Oh my God, you just signed over, generations of your family," because, But I got off track again. I don't even remember what I was talking about. But yeah, I watch Van City Van Life out of Canada. It's the Chrome project now. It's Chrome Valdez and his dogs, Cruzy and Mixie. They're little bulldogs. They're so cute. But he just got a brand new van redone and everything. Nerdy Addict and Eva. They're coming on at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Wait a minute. What is today? Hang on one second. 10 a.m. Oops. 10 a.m. Wednesday. Because he got burnt out. He's like, if you have ADHD, which I do, and you are a highly sensitive person and an empath, which I am, the overstimulation and the like just physically sucks the life out of you. All this stuff sucks the life out of you. And then plus you get a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And you feel things like Titanium Built. I do follow her. She's coming on at 8:15, but I'll probably watch Rabbit. And then 857 Tucson, he's just a continuous live stream. He does dispatch, the local stuff going on. And I think that's it. ATS News, I do watch her. I think she's out of Long Island. Here's her little post. Let's see what she says. ATS News, Amber. Is her name. I love how Megyn Kelly was ripping apart the same reporter who we were last night live, who was bashing YouTubers reporting on the case there. Oh, okay. Let's see if I can read it right. I love how Megyn Kelly was ripping apart the same reporter who was live last night, who was bashing YouTubers reporting on the case. Yeah, there's somebody bashing YouTubers. Then just now at Jonathan JLR just zoomed in on him saying that that's the guy. Oh, so there was a reporter bashing on the YouTubers for being live at Nancy's house with Megyn Kelly. And then he shows up at Nancy Guthrie's house doing a live, and JLR just blasted him. Yeah. We are messed up. Yeah, I do watch her. I just watched that, but you weren't lying. Megyn Kelly is what? Okay, hang on. Her episode today highlighted the same reporter we did in my stream last night, and it wasn't for his good reporting. I pinned my live above. Okay. All right, I'm confused. I can't stand Megyn Kelly, so I don't know. So she's ripping apart whatever, but okay, that totally lost me. My brain is just like glitching. Let's see. So we got the Royals and their whole thing. What is this? All right. What is this? Let me listen to it.
The president is set to welcome the National Governors Association, that's a bipartisan group, to the White House. I know that you are vice chair of that group, and yet President Trump has said that you are not invited.
Only
because
black
in
governor.
his words, you're, quote, not worthy. Why do you think?
All right, I can't go there. My head will explode. Because Humpty Dumpty whatever. Not going to go there. I got too much I got to do. I'm going to distract myself with everything else. So Surviving the Survivor, I did watch a little bit of that. Joe Jackalone, I like him. True Crime with the Sarge. Yeah, just I'm doom scrolling my own, feed in YouTube. But anyway, that's it. And here I am. It's 5 after 8, and I've been on for 49 minutes all by myself, just blabbing away. And I was just going to be on for 20 minutes, but I got to get something to eat, and I got to get back to work. But thanks for anybody who was out there, popped in and out. Thanks for anybody who watches the replay. But yeah, if you watch the replay and you're getting any snark from you know who, let me know. Have a good one.